welcome to this special episode of the Fragomen FC Passport to North America 2026 podcast. I'm coming to you from Toronto. My name is Rick Lamanna. I'm a director at Fragomen. My colleague Jake Minster in Boston, my colleague Sergio Flores in Mexico City. And we're coming to you because FIFA has finally announced the match schedule for the 2026 World Cup, and things are starting to feel real here in North America. I'm going to pass to you first, Sergio, since Mexico's hosting the first game. Share with our audience what Mexico's bringing to the table in 2026. We're really excited.
Sure thing, Rick. And the three amigos back again. Welcome, Jake and Rick. And of course, we're super excited, guys. It's a party down here in Mexico. As you know, the Estadio Azteca, it's hosting its third World Cup, co-hosting now, but it will take the first match for the third time. No other stadium has done that ever. So we're very proud of that. For our viewers and anybody that doesn't know, the Estadio Azteca was built in 1966. So it's a little bit old, but still getting there, and it's going to be renovated. So that's awesome. It's not only going to have a new look and feel, it's following the steps of the Santiago Bernabeu, the Real Madrid Stadium. It's getting a hotel, it's getting a mall, so it's getting everything anyone needs to be here just relaxing at the World Cup. And as you know, the other times we held the World Cup, it was in the 70s with Pelé and 86 with Maradona. Just outstanding games. And right now we're having 13 games. So it's across three different stadiums, Guadalajara, Mexico City, and Monterrey. And we couldn't have asked for more or better co-hosts. So I pass it down to Jake to tell us a little bit more about the States.
Thank you, Sergio. That's really exciting stuff. And like Sergio mentioned, we are getting the majority of games here in the States. So a lot of good football over the summer of 2026. We're really looking forward to it. This will be the second time that the U.S. has hosted a World Cup, the first being in 1994. I know the country's really excited about it. We're ready to see the U.S. men's national team push through, hopefully win a World Cup. And, let's go into the details a little bit. U.S. is going to be hosting the final. That's going to be at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, which is really New York, New York. So great opportunity to see New York, have a slice of pizza, and watch a couple games. On top of that, the bronze medal game is going to be in Miami, Florida at Hard Rock. Really awesome opportunity. That's the Messi's new home with Inter Miami. And then on top of that, I did want to mention that there are going to be a total of 16 games in Texas between Dallas and Houston, which makes a lot of games there. And it makes a lot of sense given the region and the cultural influences from, Central and South America. And then California is hosting 14 games between San Francisco and between Los Angeles. So between those two states, California and Texas, I think like a third of the tournament's going to be played there. So really exciting, great states to go visit if you've never been. And then lastly, I'll just talk about the U.S. men's national team. They're going to kick off their first match June 12th at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. They'll then fly to Lumen Field in Seattle before they head back to Los Angeles to play that final group stage match. Rick, why don't you tell us about Canada?
Sure, lots to talk about. So, as Sergio mentioned, we are going to be hosting 13 games in Canada, split between two cities, Toronto and Vancouver. Canada starts its tournament June 12th in Toronto before flying to Vancouver for its second and third group stage matches. Between the two cities, they'll be hosting 13 games. So 10 in the group stage. Each city will host a round of 32, and Vancouver gets the lone round of 16 game. In total, though, what FIFA is looking to do with this World Cup is they've divided into regional hubs. So you have West, which flows all the way from Vancouver down to LA. You have Central, which flows from Kansas City all the way south down into Mexico. And then you have the East, which is all the way north from Toronto south to Miami. So the idea is that in the group stages, any country will be situated in one of these regional hubs. However, clearly based on geography, I think it's fair to assume that a number of countries will be, crossing borders even within the group stage. Should a team qualify and let's say be located in Canada, they're likely to have to play in the US. And everything, as you guys mentioned, is flowing into the US once we get into the round of 32, then 16, and certainly exclusively in the US once we get into the quarterfinals. It's really exciting stuff. This is Canada's third appearance at a World Cup, having qualified in Qatar 2022 and in Mexico in '86. Although we've yet to we scored a goal last tournament, and so we're looking to improve on our performance, and I think the home crowds will do that. Um, I'll pass it back over to you guys if you guys have any other comments for our viewers. I think this is going to be massive. 104 games. Uh, you know, I, it's going to be one of the biggest sporting events we've ever seen.
Yeah, we're still waiting to see if there's going to be some sort of, rendition of the Hyatt card or the card that they used in Russia. Um, but, it's going to be difficult to coordinate travel between the three countries. So I would say start preparing right now. Look at the requirements for all three countries. And then, understand where you want to be, what you want to see. It's a really good opportunity to see three beautiful nations, to, get to know different populations, different cultures, and to watch really good football in the summer of 2026.
Well said, Jake. Plan ahead. Definitely plan ahead. Not only to enjoy this beautiful games I will be watching and following Alfonso Davies, Rick, but also to travel through the three most beautiful countries in the world. Sorry to say that. Perhaps not true, but we think it is. So back to you, Rick.
With that, and what a, I mean, I'm not sure if this is a soccer podcast or a travel commercial, but
Agency.
in any event, that's a good segue to episode 2 that will be airing in the spring. The Copa America is being hosted for only the second time ever outside of South America, the South American National Championship. I think that's a nod, as you mentioned, Jake, to Lionel Messi's new home in Miami. So we already have guests lined up for that episode, and we're really excited to bring that to you over the next couple months. Until then, keep an eye out for any posts we make. Please use hashtag Fragomen FC to ask any questions, to keep this conversation going. We're really excited about this podcast series, and we hope to see you again soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.